Hey, how you doing? It's Lady Henny, aka T. I have another poem that I found. It's called The New Age Romeo and Juliet, and I actually incorporated it with a song. If y'all don't know what it is, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of drop a little something, something for you, just to kind of give you the introduction. Now, it's not the old school Romeo and Juliet talking about wherefore art thou, etc., etc. Okay, it's the New Age one where they had the rap in it as well. It goes a little something like this. Why am I so nervous? It's like Romeo and Juliet. Hot sex on a batter just to get you wet. You's about to get to something you will never regret. And it's gonna be the bomb, this is what I bet. Yes, since the first time I saw you, I knew I was attracted. Reacted to the fact on how you made me act. Shy but sexy on my first night was always on my mind, was a little bump and grind. That's the song I'm talking about. I might not have sang it the way it's supposed to be sung exactly, but you know what I mean. Now I kind of made a little bit of an updated version. It's a mix of the new age times, the old school Romeo and Juliet with a little bit of, the hip hop flow to it. It's not completely done, and I don't think I'm ever going to finish it because every time I start writing it, I get emotional. So I'm just going to leave it at this and probably spin it off at the end with the freestyle. But it's called New Age Romeo and Juliet. Bloods and Crips is the world I live in. Living behind enemy lines and living in sin. People turning their graves and I say, is this true? Because instead of loving the color purple, I made Pyru. Instead of making the streets bleed with the sky so blue, I'm washing away the blood with ruin. And slaying the red slayers that slain our fallen soldiers too. I do more than kick it. I really get into it. And the end of my story, we both die. But I'm afraid we want to take over our own lives. From the first kiss down to holding hands. And from sex to him being my man. These are things that are not allowed in my world. I feel like I'm that new Juliet girl and he's my Romeo. Montagues and Capulets is where we always go. I'm sorry, Blood and Crips. You know what I mean. It's the shit. People say brat, we say cat, whatever y'all want to say, it's just that. Okay? But I love him, even though his blood is red and so is mine too. I just don't admit it, I say mine is blue. Times go around again and again and I cry for him every day. My tears run blue tears run down my face like rivers do. I told him I loved him when I kissed him. And I fell for him when he said that he missed me and I told him I missed him. But this is never going to happen because it's too distant. I had to move to get away from the life that I thought I knew. Because I don't know it anymore because all they want to do is kill me too. That's not a life I want to live, especially with my boo-boo. But he still runs the streets. And his fate is going to be concealed. Because when I come back up there and I snatch up what the deal is. Truth be told, this is what's real. This life is escapable. Only if you want it. So when his mother said no. Act like I fronted. Gave her everything she wanted. Told him to run away with me. So in about 2 weeks. That'll be the end of our Romeo and Juliet New Age history.